So I made over $25,000 a month with my marketing agency at just 22 years old. And what most people don't understand is that you can do the same if only you approach business as if it was a video game with certain rules that you can follow and certain levels that you can reach. And I want to be able to share exactly what you can do to make money online with an agency where you sell your services for a high ticket price and make it as if you are playing a video game. I want to break down the necessary steps that you can take to start building up and leveling up your character. And the only thing you will need for this is simply just a Wi-Fi connection and a laptop. So for those of you that don't know the business model, you simply learn a skill set, you get really good at that skill, and then you start selling that skill for a high ticket price of upwards $2,000 to $2,500 a month to businesses to help them make more money themselves. And this can honestly be applied to any skill set out there: copywriting, video editing, content creation, marketing, growth operating, whatever, right? Whatever skill set that you can possess, you can sell for a high ticket price. So the first thing I want you guys to realize and understand is that your business, whatever business you start, view it as a character in a video game. You yourself are not the character. We're not trying to level you up as a person, but what we're trying to do is level up the business. And the higher levels you reach, the more income you're going to make for yourself. Now, business can be broken down into different components, right? And each component has its own different set of unique levels. And what you, as the operator, should realize is that whilst you're building your business, you have to work on these different components and level those different components up. What most people get wrong is that they look at business as more of a streamlined approach, right? You reach out to clients, you sign clients, you work with clients, and you make money. But that streamlined approach actually has different components within that to make the whole thing work. So these components is basically your outreach copy, right? Your technical setup of your outbound systems, which is like sending cold emails, doing cold calls, sending cold DMs. So these are components that basically get your offer in front of people. And then you got to understand how to properly present your offer. You got to understand how to schedule conversations into appointments, how to do discovery sessions with those appointments, how to close these appointments. Then you got to learn how to hire people, how to deliver the service, how to communicate with clients. There's just a lot of different things that goes into business. It's never really a streamlined process from A to Z. Start looking at business as just a collection of these different components that you can look into, that you can break down, and that you can actually level up. And the more you basically improve these different components, the more you are going to make. Because if you are able to, let's say, improve your offer and then improve your outreach components and then improve your conversating components, right? And then you can improve your sales process and then you can improve your fulfillment stuff, right? And the different sub-levels within that component. Over time, you're just going to compound so much growth that you will, see an extraordinary amount of revenue coming in from your business. And the way you level up these things is by tracking every single thing, right? So I'm obsessed with tracking data. I have a lot of Google Sheets that I use to basically put, how many emails I sent, how many responses I get from those emails, how many positive or interested replies I'm getting, and how many appointments I'm booking. I have a tracker for my clients to see how many clients succeed with my services, what type of clients succeed, and how long it takes to see the results for my clients. I got trackers pretty much for everything. And the reason for that is because I want to know what I need to level up, or I won't even know what or how I should level up these different components if I don't get data to tell me what I need to do. So this is essentially how you go about setting up your business as if it was a video game. Now that you know how to view your business as a game, it is time to actually understand the rules within the rule book that you should follow. And I can guarantee that if you follow these rules, you will be able to make an upwards of $10,000 a month with your agency. Now, most people will forget about these rules when they actually start playing the game, or maybe they will just choose to ignore them. But this is why they never see the end to their goals. Now, rule number one is choosing what path you're going to take and what path you're going to stick to and what type of basic attributes you need in order to make your journey easier. Now, what I mean by picking your path, this is basically the niche or industry that you're going to work with. The niche or industry that is going to make more money by using your skill set and hiring you to work with them. So the easiest way to pick your niche is not to blindly follow someone else telling you you should go for e-com, you should go for home improvement, right? Because different players have different paths, and different players will succeed or not succeed within these different paths based on the attributes that they have themselves. Some people might have more experience in one niche, some people might have already gotten a head start within another industry. Everyone is different, so you should carve out your own path when you're first starting out. So when it comes to picking a niche, what I usually do is I go into ChatGPT and I write out my preferences for that industry that I'm trying to go after. Now, the three most important things that you need to look out for when choosing your path is whether the business you're going after has a high ticket service or product that they can actually afford your high ticket services, whether the total addressable market is large enough, right? Usually a good sort of market will have around 100 to 200,000 different businesses. And the third most important thing when it comes to picking your path is whether that industry or niche or business is going to benefit from the service that you provide, right? There's no point in, for example, being a short form editor, right, and going into a home improvement business and offering them short form content, right? They're just not going to make use of the, short form content that you're providing for them, right? So they will never be interested in actually working with you. But what they will be interested in is Facebook ads, appointment setting, right? Installing different softwares, automations within their business to, help them make their life easier. So put those preferences into ChatGPT and basically ask it to give you 20 to 50 different industries that sort of fit those preferences or rules for the niche. Now, once you find something that you resonate the most with, it's time to actually put in the research. Now, most people skip out on this part and just directly, blindly go into making offers to as many people as possible within the industry without truly understanding who it is they're reaching out to. So what I want you to do is take your niche, take your industry, go on Google, start researching a bunch of different things about the industry, the terminologies they used, what services they provide, who their clients are, what struggles they have, what problems they have, what dream outcomes they have, what they've tried before in order to get to their outcome, right? Literally sit down for a couple of days and research as much as possible about that particular industry. You can also search for other players in the game by going into a Facebook ads library and searching up your industry marketing agency. So for example, home improvement marketing agencies, and you'll start seeing a bunch of different ads from different agencies popping up, which basically can give you an understanding of what type of offers they're using, what type of pain points they're calling out, what type of dream outcomes they're calling out, what unique mechanism they are selling, right? So create a Notion page, write out all your findings on there and use that as your client profile, right? And this client profile page will basically guide the rest of your journey within a particular path. Now, the next thing is actually choosing what you're going to provide for them. Now, whilst you're doing all this research, you're going to start getting a better understanding of what the niche or industry actually needs from an agency. And this will basically help you choose a particular skill that will help them make more money or save them more money that you can sell for a high ticket price. So pick one skill and try to avoid trying to offer everything and anything to all the other industries out there, because that just is super unscalable and it's going to be super hard to grow in the future. Pick one skill, master that skill, and the way you master that skill is just by watching YouTube videos, buying some low ticket courses, right? Reaching out to people who are already working with your target clients. Basically gather as much knowledge as possible about that particular skill that you're about to sell to a particular market. You want to take that skill, so for example, let's say it's running Facebook ads, and break that skill down into different attributes of what you need to know about that particular skill to help a business get from point A to point B. So for example, if you want to do paid advertising on Facebook ads, it's not as simple as to just learning how to use the Facebook Ads Manager. You need to learn how to write ad copies, how to produce ad creatives, how to build funnels, how to use Go High Level, how to build different automations, how to build calendars, and all these different things that kind of go into running Facebook ads for a business. And now you want to take all these attributes that you learned and package them into one single offer that can basically tell a business what it is that you can achieve for them in 1 or 2 sentences. So for example, if we're doing Facebook ads for home improvement businesses, we could say something like, we will generate 180 leads by using the Marquee system without you having to run any Google ads, do any SEO, rely on any word of mouth or referrals. Our AI automation system will book qualified appointments into your calendar every single day. So that was just a rough outline. Obviously, it's not the offer that you want to use. All right, now that you have your entire path mapped out for you, it is actually time to step into it and learn how to actually level up your character. Now, when it comes to leveling up, there's two different ways in which that happens. One, you actually make more money. That means you are growing your business and you're bringing in more revenue. And B, you're getting client case studies and testimonials and experience. By the way, I actually mapped out every single thing that you need to do in order to scale your agency to 10K per month inside my free community. This is where you can get access to my blueprint that I personally use to scale multiple of my B2B offers. And we have a bunch of different players within the community winning every single day. So click the link in the pinned comment down below to join the free community. Alright, so now let's actually see how we can level up our character by making more money and getting more clients and more experience. Now this is rule number 2 that you should follow if you actually want to level up and see some growth. The only way you can level up is by actually making more money with your business, bringing on more clients and getting more experience and case studies and testimonials, which in turn will help you make even more money. So how do you actually start to make money with the business? Now there are 3 deployment methods that you can use in order to take your offer and bring it in front of thousands and thousands of people every single month. So this is cold emails, cold DMs, and cold calling. Now what I want you to do is master one deployment method. Don't try and go after everything and try to do everything, because that's just not going to be scalable. Your focus is limited. So you should put your focus into just one single deployment method. So let's say you're going after cold emails. Now what I want you to do within cold emails as a skill set is map out the different attributes that you need to learn in order to level up this component of the business. So for example, things such as copywriting, lead list building, infrastructure build out, how to manage campaigns, how to track data, how to scale campaigns. Go on YouTube, plenty of information on YouTube, or you can join Amplify, the free community where I show you how to do this. But basically start learning these different attributes and actually start building up that skill set of running this deployment method in the most successful way possible. So what I personally do with my deployment method, which is called email, is I write one single message stating my offer, I call out the pain point or problem, and I mention a relevant case study within the industry that I'm going after. And then after that one message, 2 days after, I have one more follow-up to kind of bump up my email. So now that you actually know how to write your messages and you've written your first ever outreach message, it's time to build your infrastructure. Now what an infrastructure is basically the technical setup that you use in order to send mass cold messages every single month. For example, my infrastructure consists of 100 different accounts that I use to send emails every single day. Now, once you learn how to build up your infrastructure, which you can do by watching a bunch of YouTube videos, I have a couple of videos on that as well that you can check out on my channel. But once you set up your campaigns, you basically just start testing, you track data, and you make decisions based on data, and then you level up that component based on what data tells you. Now, there's a direct correlation between how much money you make at the end of every single month and how many people saw your offer. The more people see your offer, the more money you're going to make in return. So you basically need to understand how can you set up your deployment method in the most efficient way possible in order to be able to have that direct correlation. When you send more cold emails, more people see the offer and more people sign up as your paying clients. And the way you do that is by basically finding a winning message, right? By tracking your data, you see what works best and what resonates the best, and then taking that message and scaling it up with your infrastructure. For example, instead of using 50 sending accounts, like let's say from Google, you start using 100 sending accounts. Instead of sending it to 5,000 people a month, you start sending it to 10,000 people a month, right? And this is how you can start bringing in consistent appointments to your business and start closing clients. Now, once you bring on your clients, it's time to level up a different component of the business, which is delivering results, getting experience, and getting case studies. So the way you do that is by basically just working with the client, right? Don't try to delegate or outsource the work, do it all yourself. Because the more you actually do it yourself, the better you're going to get. And in the future, if you ever want to delegate client service delivery, you can always train up that person to replace you. But at the start, just do it all yourself and try to figure it out. So the way you get better is by basically working with your client, right? The best teacher is experience. But you can also go on YouTube. You can also buy, again, low ticket courses, programs. You can talk to people within the same industry offering the same service and gain unique insights that could help you get better. Okay, so now you know the basics of leveling up your character. Each level is going to get harder for you. So you need to be able to understand how you can constantly upgrade your character depending on the level you are in with your business to make that level easier for you. Now, your character will need different systems on each different level. And what most people try to do is they try to level up their character without actually building the right systems for that level. Now, the first level, which is 0 to maybe 5K a month, is basically where you need to build systems for client acquisition, mainly your outreach efforts, right? Pick one deployment method, work on learning everything you can about the deployment method, and then learn how you can actually scale the infrastructures, right? Level 2, which is 5K, maybe to 10K a month, you need to figure out your service delivery and you need to know how to actually get results for your current clients. You can also now start to get an understanding of what takes up the most amount of time from you. And this will most likely be admin work or just small tedious tasks. So at that level, you need to learn how to actually automate these things in order to free up your time so you can focus on more high-level activities. Now at 10K a month, this is essentially where you already have the experience on bringing your clients results. You have an outreach system that is working, but it's not scalable yet because you're juggling between fulfillment, taking appointments, taking sales calls, closing deals. So at that 10K per month level, you can basically start to make your first hire. And this hire will be trained to help you out with the fulfillment side of things. And this can basically help you focus on bringing in more revenue for the business and scaling your outbound systems. Now, this can take you to 15 or 20K per month. And once you get to that level, you need different systems in place. You need a full team for service delivery. You actually need someone handling your client acquisition systems and managing your cold emails or cold DMs or cold calling. And you need to have automated all the small admin tedious tasks, right? So your team can focus on high level activities. And at the 15 to 20K per month level, the only thing that you should focus on is closing new, better or higher deals. So I hope this lays out the basics of the game that you can play today, level yourself up and make more money. Just make sure to follow the rules of the game and trust me, you will get on top of the leaderboards in no time. But now that you know the rules and you've watched this video, let me actually show you my own character journey of how I took my social media marketing agency from 0 to 25K a month. So if you're interested in seeing how I actually went about playing this game myself, make sure to check this video out. Apart from that, if you have any questions, make sure to comment down below and I'll get back to every single one of you.